With me now, the columnist at The Messenger is Fox News contributor Joe Concha. Joe, what was your reaction to this extreme rhetoric from Hillary Clinton? Is this a strategy? Is she trying to split the Republican Party and purposely distract away from Democrat policies many economists say are ruining America? What's the strategy here? It didn't work in 2016.
Liz, I'm not sure there is a strategy here. I think she only strengthens the Republican Party when she speaks like this. Nate's report was perfect in terms of pointing out the fact that that election, 2016, it was going Hillary Clinton's way. And when she made that basket of deplorables comment at that time, just 2 months before the election, that seemed to change everything. That was jet fuel for the Trump campaign and for all those voters out there that didn't like being spoken down to by an elitist. And let's face it, the Democratic Party now is the party of elites, not the party of the people, the working men and women of Scranton or East Palestine. And when she speaks like this and talks about cultists and deprogramming 74 million voters, you look up elitism or elitist in the dictionary, you see Hillary Clinton's photo next to it, a close second being Christiane Amanpour from CNN, who laughed along with her comments instead of challenging her on them in any way, shape, or form.
Let's show what Pew Research and Reuters Ipsos found, that Trump voters stand for things Democrats used to stand for, including what JFK wanted: a better economy, stronger borders, lower taxes, stop inflationary debt spending. But if you were to watch MSNBC wall to wall, day long, if you were to watch certain individuals on CNN, you would think the United States is tipping into fascism. It is not. We understand. We've read through the Capitol riots reports. Of course, that should never happen again. We've read through FBI reports about domestic terrorism in the United States. That shouldn't happen. But Trump voters, as you point out, are middle-class, working-class voters who do not agree with what happened on January 6th. They are not fascists. They agree with what JFK wanted. They would agree with what the former Democrat Party wanted. It's not our grandparents' Democrat Party anymore, Joe. But when you pour into your mind the toxicity and poison coming out of MSNBC, that the U.S. is slipping into fascism, it's wrong. It's bad for the national conversation. It's not true. And it's wrong what they're doing to those who disagree with them. They have got to stop it. From wall-to-wall coverage like this has got to stop. It's bad for America. What do you think about that?
Well, the point is to divide the country through fear, right? And you're right about this is not your daddy's Democratic Party anymore. I mean, you're right. JFK was for lower taxes, strong military. Jimmy Carter was a pro-life Democratic president. Think of that actually even existing now in the Democratic Party on any capacity. Bill Clinton and Barack Obama deported more people who entered this country illegally than any other presidents in history, far more than Donald Trump. So this was a party that was more about the working man and woman, common sense goals in terms of lifting people up. But now it is a party of the elites, of more of an extremist socialist ideology that many Americans are rejecting. Maybe that's why Donald Trump, despite 91 felony counts, is leading Joe Biden in polls right now for the presidency, because people want a return to strong borders, a strong economy, and crime where you actually have attorney generals enforcing the law and parents having a say in their kids' education again. These are not conservative ideals, I don't think, Liz. This is common sense.
They used to be Democrat ideals. Joe Concha, you're terrific. We want to have you back on again soon, okay? Have a good weekend.